The flag of Mississippi features a white magnolia blossom and the words, "In God We Trust," on a red field with a gold-bordered blue pale. This flag was chosen by the Commission to redesign the Mississippi state flag and was approved by state referendum on November 3, 2020. Afterward, it was passed by the state legislature on January 6, 2021, and it became the official state flag of the U.S. state of Mississippi on January 11, 2021. It replaces the previous flag that displayed the Confederate battle insignia in the upper left-hand corner, which was retired on June 30, 2020. Mississippi has had 3 official state flags in its history. The first flag, known as the Magnolia flag, was adopted in 1861 and consisted of a flag of white ground, a magnolia tree in the center, a blue field in the upper left-hand corner with a white star in the center, with a red border and a red fringe at the extremity of the flag. The Magnolia flag was declared to be null and void by a state constitutional convention in 1865, and the state was left without an official flag until the second one was adopted in 1894. The second flag, designed by Edward N. Scudder and adopted in 1894, consisted of a triband of 3 equal horizontal stripes of blue, white, and red, with the canton of the Confederate battle flag. The 13 stars on the state flag officially represented the number of the original states of the Union, although they are sometimes thought to be for the states that seceded from the Union plus Missouri and Kentucky, which also had both Confederate and Union governing bodies. From 1894 to 1956, and again from 2003 to 2020. This was the only state flag to incorporate the Confederate battle flag into its design. During this time, state legislators proposed new flag designs omitting the Confederate symbols. On June 27, 2020, Governor Tate Reeves stated that if the Mississippi legislature passed a bill that weekend addressing the flag issue, he would sign it into law. Subsequently, on June 28, 2020, the legislature passed a bill to repeal the sections of the Mississippi State Code which made provisions for a state flag, mandate the Mississippi Department of Archives and History develop a plan for the removal of the former flag from public buildings within 15 days of the bill's effective date, and establish a commission to design a replacement that would exclude the Confederate battle flag and include the U.S. national motto, "In God We Trust." Reeves then signed it into law on June 30, 2020. The third flag was designed by Rocky Vaughan, Suanna Joe, Cara Giles, Dominique Pugh, and Micah Whitson. It was chosen by the Commission to redesign the Mississippi state flag, which was established by the same June 2020 Mississippi House bill which retired the second flag. The Commission received thousands of submissions and narrowed them down to a single choice, which was submitted for public vote as a ballot measure on November 3, 2020. Voters overwhelmingly approved the new design. It is one of 3 U.S. state flags to feature the words, "In God We Trust," with the other 2 being those of Florida and Georgia. Before 1861, Mississippi lacked a flag, when the state convention at the Capitol in Jackson declared its secession from the United States. On January 9, 1861, near the start of the American Civil War, spectators in the balcony handed a bonny blue flag down to the state convention delegates on the convention floor, and one was raised over the state capitol building in Jackson as a sign of independence. Later that night, residents of Jackson paraded through the streets under the banner. Harry McCarthy, an Irish singer and playwright who observed the street parade, was inspired to write the patriotic song, "The Bonny Blue Flag." The first flag was known as the Magnolia flag. It was the official state flag from March 30, 1861, until August 22, 1865. On January 26, 1861, the delegates to the state convention approved the report of a special committee that had been appointed to design a coat of arms and a suitable flag. The flag recommended by the committee was a flag of white ground, a magnolia tree in the center, a blue field in the upper left-hand corner with a white star in the center. The flag to be finished with a red border and a red fringe at the extremity of the flag. due to time constraints and the pressure to raise means for the defense of the state. The delegates neglected to adopt the flag officially in January but did so when they reassembled in March 1861. The Magnolia flag was not widely used during the war, as the various Confederate flags were displayed more frequently. Following the war's end, a state constitutional convention nullified many of the ordinances and resolutions passed by the State Convention of 1861. Among those nullified was the Ordinance of March 1861, to provide a coat of arms and flag for the state of Mississippi. On February 7, 1894, the legislature replaced the Civil War-era Magn.